Hello, everybody. It is March 2nd. Let's look at the markets today. We did get a nice push up here in the markets on the back of just some mildly dovish talk from Powell in his committee meetings, as well as some decent news coming out of Ukraine talking about new diplomacy. There's going to be some diplomacy be overnight, our time, I believe, tonight, and hopefully they can come to some sort of ceasefire. Now, what we're looking at here, I texted this out to my clients yesterday. We have this counter trend line coming down from all-time highs here on January 4th. Coming on down, this is on the 1 hour view. You can really clearly see it here. And right now, today, on the back of this news, we're starting to break above it. We're starting to break above it. And we are right near the trend line, and didn't show up quite right on this one. Here it is, zoomed in on this other view of ES. See, we're right here at it. We're right at this area, about 4384 down to about 4380, 4375. This whole area is a lot of support and resistance in the markets. We want to stay above this trend line going overnight. We did close right up here. We're just slightly above it. What we need to do now, if the markets are going to hold this level and be able to push up, is we need overnight to find support along this trend line and to open above it tomorrow. I'd preferably like to see a gap up tomorrow, and we could see something like a gap and go if we get some good news overnight out of those peace talks. I know we do have some swing trades on right now. We've got a SPY swing, got a SPY leap, and we're shorting down some defense stocks because as soon as we start to see some diplomacy, a potential ceasefire, peace deals, that sort of thing, those defense stocks are going to drop like a rock, and the markets are going to be free to move back up. Now, they moved up today on the back of that news, or excuse me, the testimony of Powell, because the markets there were looking for resolution to a problem. And once you get resolution to a problem, and the problem in this case was, are we going to get a 0.5 raise in March? Are we going to get a 0.75? What's it going to be? Powell pretty much confirming it's going to be a 0.25, and that gave resolution to a lot of fears in the market. So the markets were able to move up after that. Now, if we scroll out here, we can see where we are. This drop back here was the drop off of the whole Fed worries, and then it pushed back up. So if we are to maintain these levels, if we get some sort of Ukraine resolutions or even a ceasefire or anything, I can see us pushing back to these previous levels here. Right around 45.60, which is where I could see us heading to. If the peace talks don't go well, then coming back down here to the bottom of this area, all the way, as far as like 42.60 is potentially in the cards. So we've got to see how those peace talks go overnight, and what the market needs to do is hold this area overnight and hopefully come back in with a gap up tomorrow. If it gaps down beneath this trend line, then we can look tomorrow for possibly a short in the market. If it stays up here, gaps up a little bit, then we'll probably look at more of a long day in the market. Of course, all news depending. So that's how I'm looking at it right now, and that's what I expect to see tomorrow. Thank you for listening, everybody, and you take care.